We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, Mr. Abdullatif Wahba, the journalist. Mr. Abdullatif, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdullatif, for joining us. So let me start by asking you about giving us a bit of a review of the Egyptian-Ugandan ties with regards to both political and economic relationships.
As you know that Egypt is giving an importance for the African continent and the African states, especially in exchange of trade and economic sectors. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs, for example, has a fund for providing the main infrastructures for many different African countries to help them and to improve the standard of life, especially after the directions of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to strengthen the Egyptian-African relations, not only in last years, but also in the coming period. As you know that the world, and including the African continent, are suffering from the economic global situations, especially after the United States issued some new principles and custom tariffs for upon many countries in South Africa, for example, and including other African states,
right,
and so on. So the cooperation between the African continent is so important in this time. This is to avoid the repercussions of the American decrees against the African countries. This is one. And you know that Egypt and Uganda, for example, has a good and historical relations, and they signed in many agreements and memorandum of understanding to cooperate and to increase the economic ties. We have, for example, many Egyptian companies working in
Uganda, yes.
Uganda, yes.
We have over 25 Egyptian companies currently there. And tell me a bit, Mr. Abdullatif, about some of the key areas where Egypt is offering to share expertise with Uganda as well as other Nile Basin countries.
This is important question or point. As you know that Egypt was in discussions with Uganda, for example, during the last year, and they agreed to get the Egyptian help in improving the main infrastructures, especially power, electricity,
yes,
health and education, and rehabilitating also the main routes in Uganda. At the same time, Egypt provided them with expertise, with even medical aids and so on. This is, of course, important for the cooperation between the two countries.
Right, and Mr. Abdullatif, tell me a bit about the kind of future cooperation you're expecting between Egypt and Uganda, specifically based on the Prime Minister's statements during his visit.
I think they are concentrating on the future relations between Egypt and Uganda, especially as you know that many African states suffered from the world crisis, economic crisis,
Yes.
and at the same time, especially, you know that the international aid agencies are just now busy in their countries, especially in Europe, for example, after the commercial and the economic war between the United States and Europe. So it is important just now for Egypt and Uganda to increase their economic cooperation, especially as you know, Egypt has more characteristics in agri-products exports to the African countries.
Indeed. Mr. Abdullatif, how do you see Egypt's readiness as well to collaborate and to cooperate in other sectors, for example, health, as well as energy resources, to benefit the two countries?
Yeah, of course. When you help them, for example, in electricity sectors, this means that you provided all the provinces and all the rural areas in Uganda. You provided them with a sustainable power. This is one. And secondly, as you know that many African countries and even Uganda, they suffered in some times from the what can we say, special diseases that the people suffered and so on. And at the same time, as you know, that Egypt, after fabricating the virus C medicines, it provided it for many African countries. So it is important for Egypt and for Uganda just now to work together and jointly in improving standard of life. Standard of life means electricity, means education, means health sectors, insurance, agriculture sectors at the same time, especially as we, Minister of Foreign Affairs, provided them with expertise also.
Absolutely. Mr. Abdullatif Wahba, our journalist and our guest for the afternoon, thank you very much, sir, for your time.